Welcome to the bold analysis. Now, tonight, Kenyans are raising their voices. And if you check Twitter, the word insecurity is trending at number 3. If you check that hashtag, Kenyans are speaking about the fact that there seems to be some sense of lawlessness within Nairobi, and not even Nairobi, even urban centers within the country. Now, today, I was in Langata Cemetery just to also comfort one of our friends there, who is also a member of this channel, should not mention the name, who was there to just show last respect to someone close to her. And to my surprise, in fact, I've never gone there. That was my first time I was going there. I realized kwamba there were other ceremonies. People who have gone to, and there were other interment or the other burial ceremonies that were going on there. And when we speak to people, we actually realized that most of them were young people, especially the area we were. Most of them were just young people. And I happened to have had some informal talks with some of just people who run the operations in that place. And they're actually saying that the number of young people, young boys, whose bodies are being found in different areas, especially the areas of Dandora, Madare, those slums, is high. So there is a problem that seems we must deal with. I don't know that the new administration is really going to take. I want you to listen to this clip. I received this clip. There is a clip I received in my inbox, I think 2 days ago. My good friend Faith sent it. And I wanted to listen to, because that gentleman is speaking about some very serious issues that really needs the attention of relevant authorities. This is the clip that is actually now has surfaced online, why Kenyans are now talking much about it.
Yo ni aje wa Kenya kama kawa tunasema venye iko. Sasa niko na message ya wase watatu hapa. Niko na message ya deputy president, niko na message ya mayouth mtaani, na niko na message actually ya mapolisi. Tafadhalini, sikizeni hapa. Youth man wamekuwa wezi sana, sasa hivi wanadunga watu visu mchana. Ya, ukiwa pale hivyo sijui koja global roundabout pale Kasarani, Pango, kumeharibika wasee. Yani Toyota ukitembea ukiwa solo inabidi ujiogope, unaogopa tu, yani ukisikia tu mzee na ndudhi ama mabozo wawili ama watatu wanakutembelea, wanatembea karibu na wewe, unasikia tu ni aje leta nini, ukisubaki kidogo hivi atia uwezi toa phone, unapigwa ridhe ama unadungwa makisu hapo na phone yako inaenda. Sasa hivi wenye tunabonga hivi wase 65 people, these are breadwinners, wako Kenyatta sasa hivi wananasiwa. Okay, now out of that 65, 17 gone. Hao ni breadwinners wamededi bana. So yes, extrajudicial killings si fiti, hiyo ni ukweli. Lakini ukisuppress DCI, usuppress mapolisi, usuppress juu kikosi gani ya usalama manzi. Sasa hawa 7 nimewasuppress hivi ama polisi, hawa songe kwa na run around, ma flying squad wangekuwa wamesha fly around, ama boys sasa wangekuwa wananuka huko mochari. Mmefanyaje? Mmedispandizi vitu. Sasa maboys wamejitawala man. Wanaua wase, wanajua hakuna kitu itafanywa. Na kama ndafanywa sindashikwa pale hivyo niende kwa chief, ama ndapelekwa kwa ile station fulani hapo kuna rogue officer, ndamjenga yake, hata ndiye alinipatia hebu unde na nitatoka tu tena. So manze wase, who is paying the price? Who is paying the price? Kenyans are the ones paying the price bana. Na hii kitu manze na niuma, mimi nachukia sana wase. Yani we boy, sasa boy rende. Gang manze me lose your conduct bana. Kuna ile conduct unaweza iba lakini you cannot kill. Sasa ni kama tu ni cult sasa wasi. Hawa kwa cult wanaua na wanamwaga damu. Wanamwaga damu na wanaiba. Sasa ukiiba alafu uwe. Hiyo inamaanisha ni kama mti ya matunda umekata. Umekata mti ya matunda, kesho nini? Mr. President, hii kitu kiendelea hivi, this unlawlessness, sababu ya kukalia mapolisi, kuatishia kila mara hawezi do job. Sasa saa hii mayutu wameanza kujitawala, sio ti wapi. Hata Kakamega naambiwa kuna mayutu wamejitokeza, wanajita sijui Msumbichi. Sasa Msumbichi sijui wao ni mbichi ya wapi. Huko Kisii kumetokea rende, Mombasa kumetokea rende, na umiza wase bana. These things were not there just in the previous government. Saizi imerudi mbaya. Please Rigiji, you need to revisit whatever you did, yeah? Ama polisi wapatiwe nguvu zao, warudishwe kwa grao, wapatiwe resources. Ama boys watatumaliza bana, wanaharibu economy. We are losing parents. We are losing breadwinners.
From that, there is that feeling, and you can feel the way he's talking, that something is not right. Nairobi is a business hub in Africa. And in one of my analysis, when during Muhonzi, during those reckless Muhonzi's tweets, I asked a question: is it that Nairobi is under threat? Is Nairobi getting suppressed? Because the moment we become ungovernable with this sense, this narrative feeling, we scare away investors in this city. Who is going to do business in a place where it's not safe? Everyone wants to be in a safe place. That's why I said that I personally really got very uncomfortable with the events of the killing of the Pakistan journalist here. I've read a story that now is saying, he underwent some torture 3 hours before he died. There is just other developments to that story. So the perception that Nairobi is becoming ungovernable, there is a sense of lawlessness. I've seen even Raila talking about it today, is not one that is good. And it will even hurt. It hurts our economy big time. Because even branches, who has a sense of even expanding businesses, if you know that if I go to that place, it's not good. There has been a public outrage and outcry about the insecurity in town. And the CS Interior, the law enforcement agencies have been a bit mute, as if nothing is going on. This is a tweet. Now, the question here is there a connection between the resurgence of insecurity in the country, especially the capital city, and the disbandment of SSU? Is it a resurgence? Do we have a police force that is a bit uncomfortable or does not have the confidence or is not well equipped to really protect us? Or are we also giving prominence to a narrative that will sanitize law enforcement officers, that maybe they're doing their work and they're supposed to do their work so that we become protected? It's something that is very delicate. I have seen push calls, and even what that gentleman is saying, that wachane hawa watu wafanye. But there have also been extrajudicial killings. And this is where we draw the line. I'm one person who I actually support the administration's push to curb extrajudicial executions. But we should also draw the line. And the point here is, what is the motive? What is the motive? If we answer the question of motive, that's where our solution is. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. I want us to look at 3 aspects in relation to this insecurity thing. And I think this is, for me, this is where we might find a solution. We should look at society breakdown, like the issues of unemployment and the cost of living. There is something, we might be dealing with a problem that is just, the problem is deeper, but it's manifesting itself through this emergence of illicit groups, illicit robberies. Of course, there is no licit, there is no good robbery, of course, through this activities like robbery, because we know that standard of living is high. The youth doesn't have a job. So even whatever little is there, they cannot still afford. There is no purchasing power. And we withdrew some services from the people. We withdrew some jobs from the people. This is my position, that withdrawal of Kazi Mtaani was actually withdrawing jobs from the people. A very passionate appeal. that we should get economic stimulus programs running on ground. As we run with macro and micro economics in the boardrooms and the long term, I think let's not make it so much of an elite. Let's not run it much of an elite perspective. But the decision that was made by former President Uhuru Kenyatta to have kazi mtaani at the height of COVID-19 was a calculated move to make sure that people have money. And to me, I can tell you guys, reliably, it was mostly informed by economy and intelligence. That vijana tusipopatia kazi, they'll become reckless. Yes, people get exposed, and of course, even if police, even if the police are doing their best to curb these cases and reduce them, but where is the buffer zone for those who are changing, or those who are living crime? I've seen crime people. The people that are living crime, where is their buffer zone? Hata ukichukua sasa mtu umempeleka kwa chief, where is the buffer zone? The chief, where does the chief take him? Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, he will still head back to it. So we might look at this, and in fact, I believe that out of scale of 10, I would give this 7. That when we scaled down some of these programs that were so much appealing and viable for the youth, something really missed. We are missing something. We have people who did not go to Form 1, did not go to Class 8. They don't have wako tu. And now jobs kama hizi za kazi mtaani kidogo kidogo, I would get something 500 takama, even if he doesn't spend it well, but he have it. Because again, know that in this crime they're making a lot of money. The people that are being they're making very little money. Number 2 question, we should audit, are there lapses among the law enforcement officer? Is there a lapse in terms of motivation, in terms of capacity building, in terms of order of command, deployment, what exactly? Or fear? I have seen a story that one of SSU members, one of SSU person who was also detained has been released on cash bail, and the judge is simply saying whether what he's finding is that some of those stages were just forged, or his involvement by those extrajudicial killings was just a forged thing. So I can also buy that, honestly. Do we have a unit, a system that is a bit wanaogopa what's going to happen, the fear of unknown? So hata kama nataka kushoot, these vigilantes are feeling a little bit, these illicit groups are feeling like, oh, we have their way. But this is also secretly. There is public posturing of religionization, especially by the leaders. Unajua, we have shown the youth that it's soft, that okay, this country is run like a church, where people tell you, Prezo ameokoka, nanga hiyo wataki noma, nini. So these youths are not subscribing mostly to that. And it's not a problem, but public posturing. We've postured a lot on public holidays, on TV. Those praying when judges when even, we overdoing the religion aspect in public until even the public do not see that, okay, that is enforcement. I think the leaders should just make it, let the Kenyans, let these people see the commander-in-chief here. Let them not see a chief pastor. There is another tweet I saw where someone was calling President Ruto na B Ruto. I've seen that and was like, oh, this is the commander in chief. People should also see commander in chief, not a pastor. They should not see this country that being led by, of course, led by God, but public posturing is making people feel like, hey, even this first officers or even these people, these young people here, are they getting hard faces? Not that my point is home, but something needs to be looked. At least we should be safe. We should be safe. And yes, the question is, are you safe where you are? How is your place? That's my bold.